Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Hobbit episode. This is our luck. I know, my hair. So we had a storm go through, and when I took Lucky out, it was raining, not hard, but it was raining. So let me see here. Okay, I got this in the mail today. This was one of the doctors at it was Frank in San Antonio, and it turns out he died in January. I did not know that. I wonder if losing his license contributed to it, contributed to his death. He he voluntarily gave up his license because he had prescribed medicine for non-therapeutic use and had inappropriate communication or something with a patient. Another former doctor that I sent an invitation to, he hasn't responded. Another former doctor I sent an invitation to, it was returned undeliverable and couldn't forward it and all that, so I don't know. This doctor, he was he worked 7 days a week, and he he would work in his office 5 days a week. Sometimes I think he worked there 6 days a week. Then after office hours, he'd go see all his inpatient patients. So he's working till 10, 11 o'clock at night, maybe later. And he'd fall asleep on you during your visits. And the first thing he would do is he'd go to Methodist Methodist specialty, because that was near his office. He'd go to the cafeteria and eat. He'd eat and get food all over his shirt. He was short and rather heavy set, and I just felt he was I know better than everybody else kind of guy. Do what I tell you and everything will be fine. So it's sad that he died. But like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if losing his license contributed to his death. I hear about that when people lose a job or something important to them. Like a loved one, they die shortly after. But anyway, so well, now I covered everything up here. The flash, I have one flash made for this is for the kilt hose. And then, like I said, I covered everything up. So I don't know where it is, but it goes through here. The Velcro goes through there, and then I have the socks, and it'll go under here. And so I have that. Talked to a couple of my cousins in Canada yesterday, and it doesn't look like anybody from my dad's side is going to make it to the wedding. Less than 2 weeks away. And the interesting thing is, as far as I know, no one from my dad's side attended my parents' wedding. My dad was my dad was a naval officer at the time, so some of the guys, they did a sword arch when they walked by. There's looks like that is this Velcro. There we go. and it'll just go like. Then I'm going to make a green one to go right there. And I have to make another yellow one for the other foot, other leg. So a storm came by really, really bad. Hail. Did you say pea-size? Pea-size hail. It's the Boston weather showing. They say now that once this system moves out, it should be pretty clear. Um, we weren't able to send any of our family in Europe wedding invitations, but oh well. I mean, we don't even know their addresses and don't even know some of their names. But anyway, less than 2 weeks, people. I mean, if my registry would actually come up, it would tell me the number of days exactly. But so it'll be a week from this Saturday. So, 13 days from today. 13 days. So there's still stuff we need to do, but we're thinking of is I'm going to get the cake and maybe get like a fruit platter and some olives, soda water from like Aldi's or the dollar store. I think Aldi's will have like a case of canned soda, and put that on ice. So we need to get a bag of ice. Subway sandwiches and cut those into quarters. We may not even need to buy 10 of them. But if we do, then we'll actually have a meal. We might buy like box or bag of small bags of chips and things. I'm thinking about making Mexican wedding cookies. Don't know if I'm going to do that. Don't need. Okay. But
I don't have many people at the wedding either.
yeah. So yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I should go ahead and make the other gold one. The gold is for my fiance. I keep wanting to call her my wife. My fiance.
Find the green. That would be nice.
Yeah, my fiance is of German stock, so this is representative of the German flag, or her German heritage, and the green represents the Irish heritage. There actually is a wedding invitation that we have in the car that needs to be sent, but I don't expect that person to be able to show up because they're going to get it too late. But we've had it for that person for a month, and yeah, we just kept forgetting to send it, so it's sitting there. And I hope it's actually to the right people. I mean, I don't even know if it's exactly the right people, but anyway, so Lucky's going to get his hair cut. He's not going to appreciate that, but he's going to feel better after the fact. He's all matted. Yeah. And going to get him like a little tuxedo thing.
But he won't put up with us brushing him either.
No, he won't.
Not for very long.
Like a tuxedo bandana kind of thing. And oh, DC United. Oh, that would be a for me, I don't think for my fiance, but for me, to go see DC United, which is my favorite club in the United States. It's not my overall favorite club. My favorite club is Celtic, Glasgow Celtic. Next is Madrid Real, then DC United. Although I guess the most convenient one for us to see would be the New England Revolution down in Mass. But that would be enjoyable for me. I don't think my fiance would really enjoy it. So no real reason to go to a football match. But anyway, and I showed this. Now she is great at this kind of stuff. Oh, and she got a scrapbooking book today. So now we have, whoops, now we have 3 scrapbooking books. And I have on here my name in Spanish, not my name in Spanish. I have my titles. Well, I have a title, not that it's a big deal, but I usually don't use it. You know, I mean, I'm the kind of guy who just, you know, I just don't do that kind of thing. But and then we have mother of the groom, father of the groom, maternal grandparents of the groom, paternal grandparents of the groom, maternal grandparents of the bride, paternal grandparents of the bride, matron of honor, bridesmaids, best man, groomsman, flower girl, ring bearer, ushers. And we're going to get like appliques or something. It doesn't necessarily have to be an applique, but something that we'll put. Now this is just paper. This is not the part. Yeah, this isn't the. Yeah, this is regular paper. This is not the good stuff. It's not. We're not going to put. We're not going to make these on just cheap paper. We're going to put it on the vellum.
That's just practicing.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it has the date and the time and the location. And you know, the processional, wedding processional. And I was looking online because this one book doesn't exactly explain it, and actually there's some things that are not in here. I wish were, but otherwise it's a good book. I've only found like a couple of things that aren't in it. But the minister and the groom, according to what I read online, they enter through a side door and they go to the front. And then it's do 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 do. Here comes the bride. It's Wagner's wedding processional, wedding march. And so trying to not get too out of whack about all this. But I don't know. I mean, this is, like I said in my All Recipes blog, you know, for a long time I never thought this would ever happen. And then again, I never thought I'd meet somebody as great as her. So, you know, it's a very happy time right now. Very nerve-wracking, but very happy. So, it'd be really cool if Dr. Peskov showed up. But I guess that's all I have to say. I do need to find the brooch for my kilt, the kilt brooch. Let's see, do I need to...
I don't know what you did with that.
I haven't decided about the shoes. I don't really want to wear the ghillie brogues that I have because I think it would look tacky. Because they're not dress ghillie brogues. They're what you would wear every day or what you'd wear to a Renaissance fair. They're not what you'd wear to a wedding. I mean, I really think they would look tacky. The thing is, do I want to spend 50, 60 bucks on a pair of shoes I'm going to wear one time? Then again, it is a wedding. And I've looked at shoes at Penny's, and I've looked at shoes at Salvation Army. They have some nice shoes at Salvation Army, but they're so old and used that...
They look shitty.
Yeah, so I probably will go with... I mean, it's a wedding. I mean, my goodness. My fiancée spent money on a wedding dress. I can spend money on a pair of shoes. She's going to wear the wedding dress how many times? Once. And I'm going to wear those shoes once. So, you know, I can do that. You know, but I'm going to... Actually, I'd prefer her to have some say in the shoes. And what I can do, because Gilly Brogues, they have the lace that goes up the leg. I can get some sort of like extremely long shoestrings, and then just wrap them up. You know, I mean, that's an option. It's not that I'm going to do that. But and we're still working on alcoholic beverages, because we don't want... It's not a drinking party. Okay, so it's more like 1 or 2 glasses per person. So, like, maybe one nice bottle of champagne, mainly for us. And a cheap bottle of champagne, or at least cheaper, for the guests. I don't want the guests to feel bad that we, you know, but at the same time, we don't have a lot of money. And then some sparkling grape juice or sparkling cider or whatever for those who don't drink. But, oh my goodness. I want to make a video for my cousin Jane, a thank you video. It's actually an important video that I really need to make, an apology and a thank you video in one. Not just to her, but to Brian and everybody else. But I won't do that in this video, because this video is almost 20 minutes long. I think it's starting to, you know, get to me, because it's like, well, what do we do here? What do we do now? What's next? You can't lose your head over it. You just have to go with what's happening, and if something doesn't quite work out, then it doesn't work out. You know, you can't get all bent out of shape about everything. So, and I have to send the insurance company some money next month, or I'm going to get cut off. So, from my being able to get my medicine. It's not much. It's like $6, $7, $8, something like that. So, anyway, but I can't think of anything else to say. Right now, the bug out bag stuff, that's not being dealt with.
Well, we gotta get a deal on it.
What?
Well, we gotta get it out of the kitchen.
It is. It's in the bedroom.
Well, we still got like more space in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. So, oh, yeah, because, well, you know, the kitchen is the only place. My fiancée bought an inflatable mattress for her brother, and the only place there's going to be room is the kitchen. There is not going to be room. There's not room here in the living room. We barely have room in the bedroom for the bed. And there's like that much space on one side of the bed, and then the other side of the bed is up against the wall. Yes, we would really like a bigger place to live. But anyway, oh, we have an issue with our rent and our landlord.
It's his fault.
So I don't know what I mean, we know what we're going to do, but it's like, oh gosh. You know,
I'm not doubling up on the rent. He just
you
has to
know,
wait for
I
it.
know, sweetie. He's not saying to do that.
Well, I won't do it anyway.
So anyway, people, bye bye.